Well, we thought we just ended the show, but in reality, more breaking news. On top of the Giants signing Jameis Winston, the Patriots, 5 minutes later, not even, responds, and Stefon Diggs is a New England Patriot. 3 years, $69 million deal. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. I really don't. Because I like we just got done saying how, for the Giants, it's not out of it's not out of the argument that they aren't going to take Shadur Sanders still. It felt more likely that they're going to take Travis Hunter with the Jameis Winston signing. And now you got the Patriots who just just signed Stefon Diggs because now it seems that they think that the Giants are going to take Travis Hunter now. It's holy moly. Holy moly. A wild final 15 minutes, the last 15 minutes that we just had. CJ, your thoughts?
I'll put my analyst hat on in a second, but right now I'm speaking solely as a Pats fan. I genuinely can't believe it. They did it. Like, they actually did it. For the first time since 2019, a wide receiver won. Like an actual, real, proven wide receiver won. Signed to New England. And this isn't even like a one-year rental either. 3 years, $60 million contract. Really nice contract. With $26 million guaranteed, which compared to total contract and guaranteed money, that's actually really good. So they finally did it. They heard the noise. They actually went out and got a legitimate wide receiver one for Drake May. They were serious. So really the only weak spot left is tackle, and now you're free to basically do whatever you really want in the draft.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the draft possibilities for the Patriots kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say shrunk, but it feels narrower. Like, it feels like we're starting to really narrow down what the Patriots are going to end up doing with that fourth overall pick. But see it right there. Patriots last year didn't have a pass catcher of more than 674 receiving yards.
I would imagine this Demario Douglas.
Yeah, I would assume it's probably Pop Douglas or Hunter Henry, one of the two. But you have that. And then prior to this past season, Stefon Diggs, 6 straight seasons of 1,000+ receiving yards. Obviously, this season he's coming off of a torn ACL. There's also a lot of other things involved, like 3 years, 69 mil.
Oh yeah, it was Hunter Henry, by the way. You were right.
Oh, what a pull! What a pull! But look, I feel like the Patriots pretty much kind of had to pay a bit of a suck tax on this one, though. This does feel like a slight overpay. Stefon Diggs, 32, coming off of a torn ACL. I don't know. It obviously when you're a team like the Patriots and you're so shit out of luck in terms of, at least in terms of being able to try to find a true wide receiver one or just a wide receiver in the draft, you're not getting much luck. You got a guy like Stefon Diggs that's on the market. You might as well just take a shot at him. Might as well. There's other concerns about Diggs, of course. He's got he's a bit of a diva. He's a bit of a diva.
Yeah.
But I guess this signing, now that I'm starting to really think, now that it's starting to really all settle in, it's starting to kind of fall out, everything's kind of meshing together again in terms of this move. It feels like it kind of goes against what the Patriots were looking for at wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Because they said they were going to trade for a veteran wide receiver or just trade for a wide receiver, period, or draft one in this coming draft. And they also said they felt that specific veteran wide receivers don't want to get them because they could potentially be bad in the development of Drake May. I feel like Stefon Diggs kind of creeps into that category a little bit, but I don't know.
Hmm. Well, if I may argue on Diggs' behalf, look, I get it, right? As far as New England goes, you don't want a diva, right? You don't want some malignant tumor screaming in your quarterback's ear for the ball. That can really screw him up. But the only thing I'll say that Diggs had going for him in that scenario was that, oh my God, he had to deal with, right? It was Sean McDermott, who can't really manage a locker room, another like really mediocre to not that great head coach who's just hiding behind Josh Allen. I know we've said that before. None of us view McDermott as a top 10 head coach, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like a lot of it was more McDermott centric. And also when it comes to Diva, I'm kind of glad New England gave up that whole we don't want any divas. Well, look, that's the thing. Wide receiver, even more so than quarterback, is probably the flashiest position in the entire league. It's the sexiest position. It has the most sizzle. It's got everything you want. If you know, but unfortunately, that attracts divas. That's just how it works. And every star wide receiver in the league, I think, has a tiny bit of diva to them. Some have a lot, some have a little, but the guys like Larry Fitzgerald, those guys are gone. Unless something drastic changes in the near future, they're not coming back. And when you look for a guy who's like, oh, we don't want any divas, okay, that says, well, we don't want any wide receiver ones. That's what it says. And we knew New England was interested, right? They had him in for physical last Wednesday, the 19th. And I
I
was
wanna actually,
happy,
I
but
think that's a this, like, when we're talking about, like, the timeline, like, so the physical happens, right? So on the
yeah,
19th, they have the physical happen. He has dinner at, Dario's or I isn't that the
Davio's,
place where you had your graduation party, actually?
yeah, you were there. That was fun.
Exactly. That's what it made me think of it. But, you have they had the meeting at Dario's, he has his physical taken, and I shit you not, like, boom, you see workout videos of him, and he's looking fucking fantastic.
Yeah, apparently he's really
That's
far
obviously a
ahead in
direct
his
response
recoup. Yeah.
of that's definitely a direct response of what's transpiring in New England. Maybe it was a subtle, like, he knew it was gonna happen, he just wanted to maybe get some people fired up subliminally. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good banner right there. Had dinner in Foxborough at same place as CJ's grad party with Mike Vrabel. Also coming in just now, Stefon Diggs' deal, it's 3 years, 69,000,000 once again, 26,000,000 of it guaranteed.
I mean, you could say the 69 part was the suck tax, as nice as that contract is for Diggs. I will also say that 26 mil guaranteed is actually like not that bad. It's like 12 mil a year. Considering
Yeah.
that the average wide receiver one, I think it's paid like 17 to 20 mil a year. I'll take it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's progressed as much as he has, like he's out there running full speed, doing his routes and stuff, he's going to be ready for camp, I would imagine. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and do you know what's really good? Like I said, New England just had another need taken off the board. And I was skeptical, but I got to tip my hat to Vrabel and even Wolf and even Kraft too. Like
Yeah.
they said they were going to spend, and this time they actually did it, and they still have some left over. Really, it's just left tackle and maybe like another running back, and you're solid.
Yeah. I
Like a
100% agree.
RB3, but yeah, and that's something you can do in the draft because now you're not Travis Hunter dependent. Because I remember I said like as a Pats fan, I was like, oh god, that means you're gonna. But no, you can take like Will Campbell and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Or if Shador Sanders falls you in the draft, perhaps you could swindle some QB needy team. Just a thought.
That too. No, 100% agree. I mean, yeah, like, this really shortens the stick on what the Patriots are willing to do and what they are potentially gonna do. Because when
Yeah.
you talk about Stephon Diggs in this receiving core now you got Stephon Diggs as your wide receiver 1, And now you've filled out pretty nicely in terms of who's backing Stefon Diggs in terms of Pop Douglas. Hunter Henry's obviously a great pass catcher. Just got
You
Matt
got
Collins as
Keyshawn Boutte at
well, who's
number
pretty
3.
solid
You
himself.
got
What?
Hollins too.
Yep.
That's the thing. New England has a bunch of good, okay receivers, but you need a great one.
Yeah.
Or great, just like at least a one. And for the record, if my memory serves me right, New England has not had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2019, where I think Julian Edelman had over 1,000 yards and like 6 touchdowns, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so they finally did. They went out and they actually got a wide receiver one because as a fan, I can say, Lord knows they were not going to draft one.
Yeah. And obviously, this comes after Patriots losing out on the Calvin Ridley sweepstakes last year and losing on Chris Godwin right as free agency started. I mean, as most teams did, with both wide receivers opting to go to teams for less money back-to-back off seasons. So, you had that happening. Now this is a pretty feel-good win if you're New England. And 3 years, 69 mil, 26 guaranteed for Stefon Diggs. Now, that's the end of the show. We'll see you Friday.